look good, boy.
Yeah, you keep moving out of frame, man. I'm having to adjust you every 5 seconds, Shay. Get in the middle, please.
You get me live.
Yeah, we live.
Hey, what do you call it?
All right, let's go, guys.
I heard that.
All right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? We here. We're gonna wait a couple moments for everybody coming to the live. But go ahead and like and share. We want to get the word out that we are here. We're about to kick it. Go ahead and hit that, smash that share button for us. Kick that like button. We're about to get going in just a moment. Hello to everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
What's up, mi gente? All my people.
What's
What
up?
happening?
Man, I gotta say, man, y'all look good, man. Can I tell y'all that, man? Y'all look good. Y'all look sharp.
I mean,
Well, you know.
telling the truth. You telling the truth. Yo, hey, real talk. We ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna lie. When I gave myself that cut the other day, bro,
That quarantine cut.
bro. Let me tell you, man. I thought it was gonna be lights out, but the thing about it is, um, even if you mess up, if you're able to give yourself a decent edge, it takes away from the looks of it. So yeah, it was rough.
I don't know, bro. We need to see a close up, man.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Fine. It's fine. And we got about 20 people on.
All right, let's roll. All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us to another episode. Kicking it. This is the after show. Go Talk. We're gonna go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Shay, also known as Crockett, newly, to be called Crock Kicks. Ted, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, I'm Ted, man, from the great state of Florida, representing my African heritage today with my dashiki. Gotta let these people know, man, we is in the building.
We is in the building.
Give us we.
And our producer, man, what's going on, man? Introduce yourself to the people, to the lovely people.
The one and only, the man behind the scenes and in front of the camera. This is boy Gio. Hey, this week we're doing much better, man. So it's all about learning from your past mistakes and doing less.
Listen, man. Our sins are thrown into the sea of forgetfulness, man. No, we don't even remember last week, man.
Whatever.
Yo, we also got to acknowledge that today is National Haitian Flag Day.
Yo,
Stop by say.
We'll talk. Listen, like May 18th. Growing up, May 18th was we celebrated the 4th of July. We celebrated all that other stuff, but May 18th, man, we had some good food, bro. Talking about banana.
What the soup jumu at?
No, that's not for May 18th, fam. Come on, that's the first year. Now you have
Don't much.
Yeah, but real talk.
Anytime.
Real talk. That sauce. You know about that sauce, so it's all good.
Listen, I need some black rice, brother.
So let's get started, man. Let's get started. Let's dive into this thing. It was a great episode. I think episode 7 and 8, 7 in particular, it was just so emotional. The level was so high. It was really difficult to follow behind that. I think it all kind of got lost behind episode 7. But let's deal with it anyway, man. Let's deal with it anyway. Let's start off with Gus, Mr. Gus, man. George, what do you think about this whole Mr. Gus?
Bro, everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody needs a Mr. Gus in their lives. Like real talk. I saw Mr. Gus doing things that would have made Michael Jordan further look like even a bigger jerk, right? I've seen him mush little kids' head out the way. Trying to protect Jordan. because Jordan wanted to be able to go from his from point A to point B without being too bothered, and so I think that in every discipline or in every person who lives needs to have someone in their corner who's willing to take the heavy hits so that you might be able, what I'm saying, to do well and progress.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree with that. You need that Gus person who not only willing to take do things so you won't have to do them, but also who knows how to be more than one thing to you. Some people that you meet in your life, they're only good for one thing. You need some people versatile like Gus who can not only be there for you physically, to get people out your way, but also, emotionally, the role that he played for Jordan. It's good to have somebody who can fit in different roles in your life versus just being a one trick pony.
Yeah, and if I'm a slide into the spiritual realm for a moment, because for me, it kind of spoke volumes to just how God already kind of put somebody in place for Jordan to lean on when he lost his dad. Because as Christians, we realize in the body of Christ, if we lose a brother, we gain one. If we lose a father, we gain one in Christ. And so it just kind of just goes to show that God already saw what was going to happen, and he already had somebody there. And of course, there's nobody that can replace your father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I well, like that's to be able to have someone that's going to be there for you, provided for you in your time of your greatest need. Like even the way this thing sets itself up, right? Like Gus is literally just working security for the team, and he happens to be the guy that's taking care of Jordan during his injury year, like taking care of him in terms of making sure that he's able to get from his car back to the stadium and so on and so forth. And from that moment, a friendship is forged. You know, a friendship is forged for that moment, but it's also forged for a time later in his life that he would need that help. So you never discount the people that come in and out of your lives. Treat everybody well because you never know in your time of most need that person might be your leaning post that you need to have. So
That's
that's a
real.
very good point.
Yeah, I also think that I saw somebody post earlier uh, that remember the people that didn't contact you during COVID. Also remember that you didn't contact them either.
Yeah.
And what I liked about that, pertains to this is that, Jordan made himself a friend to Gus. Gus was in essence, he's
Regular.
just an employee. He's just an employee.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to go, and check on him when he's sick. He doesn't have to reach out to his wife and tell him to get help. So I think, both of them showing support and love on both ends is something huge that we got to remember too in real life.
All right, all right. So yeah, man. From there, let's talk about this Jerry Randolph, man. Let's talk about that. Let's dive into that for a little bit. What are your
Man,
thoughts, man?
I think Jerry's the epitome of a lot of us when we don't realize. Well, let me leave that for a cross. I think Jerry's the epitome of a lot of NBA or professional sports owners that they don't realize that it takes consistent investing, especially when you have something great. I think the best sports owner to me was George Steinbrenner, I believe that's how you say his name, of the Yankees, where they kept investing money and money and money in the Yankees, paying Derek Jeter, paying all these people big money because they realized that this isn't my 9 to 5. If you own a major league team, a major sports team, you have money from somewhere else. You're generating income from somewhere else. So this should be your hobby. You should be willing to pour as much money as you can to produce a winning franchise. If not, why do you have the team?
Yeah.
And so I think
Like it.
I think I think Jerry can learn a lot from that.
Definitely, I think that your man was. Uh, I mean, as the owner, why would you dismantle a team that could potentially bring you more revenue? Even if they didn't win, they could have brought in more revenue. I mean, you still have Jordan, you still have Pippen. You would have still have had your core team. And as I think as AJ mentioned in production, you might have been able to bring in some additional pieces. And yeah, I just don't get how you go from a championship team to saying we're going to just start. I mean, a whole rebuild. You know what I mean? Like literally blow up the entire team, like literally from scratch, and expect to remain viable. I mean, it's been what 22 years, right? Uh, what has happened since? When's the last time
Yeah,
they got out the first round? When was the last time they made it to the Eastern Conference Championship? When's the last time they made it to the finals? Like how did that work out?
I think it's difficult because he probably was closest to Gus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Gus is the one that pieced it together, right? And Gus says this is the last dance,
You
or
mean
we
you
need
mean Kraus, Jerry Kraus.
Kraus, my fault. Yeah, Kraus. If Kraus is the one that pieced it together, you know what I'm saying? Then he says we could blow it up, and I can give you another chip. You almost gonna believe that, you know?
Yeah, I think the boys they started smelling themselves a little bit too much, man. It's nowhere in the world where you could be on this winning streak when you can be doing so well. And I used this illustration earlier. It's like me going out and building the best house in the world, and then saying, I'm tired of this house. Let me knock it down, and then just expect that my next house is going to be just as good when I may not have the same parts. I may not have the same material to build it with. So why do I think I could be successful like that?
Yeah.
No, and I'm with you. I guess I was just kind of building a case to travel down that same lane in the sense that I think they thought that they could just do this, like there was this carbon copy that they can make it happen again. And
Yeah,
I think they took for granted just how much talent they had. Like you had generational talent,
yeah.
you know, and you can't just replace that.
And not just generation of talent. You had championship DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had the DNA. You had not only that, but you had chemistry.
Yeah.
You know how big chemistry is. I mean, you can go get five of the best ball players right now in the world, but if don't have chemistry, a team that has decent players with good chemistry can beat those five players. They had a team, they had a coach, they had a system,
Hmm.
they had a philosophy, they had everything any team would die to have, and they decided before the season even began that this was the last year. I think that was the most idiotic thing that they could have ever done. And like Sonya asking why risk it? There's no reason to risk it. It was no reason at all. It made no sense. It made no sense at all to even say that. To even I don't know. I couldn't fathom in my mind why would you say let's just blow this up.
And I agree, but I don't know, and I don't even know why I'm taking this position, right?
Yeah,
But in essence, that's the same thing that happened before when they went to the triangle,
yeah,
right? They were on the cusp of
yeah,
why change?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But they did, and it worked for them. And I think the arrogance just kind of got away from them.
You hit on it.
You know,
Arrogance.
arrogance.
Arrogance and hubris. Your man goes back. I mean, it goes back to what he said. I think in the first or second episode, my man said that good. He said that organizations and players win championships. So I think he was trying to prove a point that his greatness as a GM was equally matched as their greatness as a team, and he bet it on himself, and eventually, reality must have set in because like going back to what I was saying earlier, what has happened to them since Jordan and since the team has been dismantled. We haven't really. I mean, you throw in the years with Derrick Rose, but that's about it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's about it.
I can't think of any time where you had a good, viable Chicago Bulls team. And so I think that in every area of life, you must not you must take weight of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to know you have to have someone in your corner or in your entourage who's able to speak truth to you. You know what I mean? And with you to let you know like take stock. Don't think of yourself too highly. The Bible says that you fall. So, yo, that's what it is.
You see, I see Sonya made a good point. Ride it till the wheels fall off.
I,
Yeah.
I would have been playing Jordan into retirement, like real retirement, like yo, so the man has Jordan's number 25. Like I would have played him until he couldn't play anymore. Like why not? And then like I mean literally like how much? So I guess I want to go back to your question, Shay, because we talked about this earlier. He must have looked at this from a profit margin perspective because he said right at the end of the conclusion, he said that like their value was too high, and he didn't think that they would accept or he could afford it, right? So my question is, like, are we saying that this man shows like profit margin? You know, like a profit versus, um, you know, going down in the annals of time as perhaps the greatest team. If they win 7, if they win 8, like they could have literally made history.
Man,
Yeah.
there's a saying that goes, "If you build it, they will come."
Yeah.
Right.
If they would have built a new arena to fit an extra 10,000 people,
Yeah.
I guarantee if they had that team, they would have sold out every seat
Yeah.
and would have made the money back. They could have raised the tickets. They could have sold season tickets as soon as the season was over for the next year. They had many options to regain or to, I can't think of the word right now. I'm trying
Yeah.
to recoup whatever money would have spent on salaries. I mean, it just made no sense. I think, like Shay said, I think they were just arrogant and they just
I,
started smelling themselves.
I mean, I think when you get rid of all of your pieces, right? In
It's
essence,
stars.
you're going into tank mode. I mean,
Yeah,
the way we cushion it is by saying rebuild,
yeah,
right? It's one thing if you've been trash or horrible for a long time, like the 76ers, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they built through the draft. But here you have
That's a
the
problem.
bull, yeah, the Bulls who are elite,
yeah,
and you get rid of everybody. It's not a rebuild; it's a tank.
yeah,
And I think what they thought was that they would just be able to find another MJ.
yeah.
I
And
don't know why I hear an echo.
who was going to be the MJ? Kukoc? Like, who would have been? But you know, let me
In the
say this.
draft.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying they were tanking for the draft,
got
and
you.
they felt like they can find another one
But
and
see,
do this whole process again.
and that's why you have to be seasoned. You have to be, you have to be seated in the moment, right? Like like you crowd should have known. Crowd should have known that there wasn't going to be another Jordan. You know what I mean? Just like we use LeBron James. Like every team LeBron James has gone to, he's elevated them, right? But when he leaves them, because he's a once in a generation type of player. When he leaves them, those teams are struggling, right? Look at Miami, look at Cleveland, right? Because like, that superstar power or gene doesn't happen all the time. Lightning does not strike twice, and so I don't know. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
I
agree.
don't think we can explain. I don't think we can make sense of it. I mean, I always say that I think that coaches and GMs and presidents they're smarter than me as a fan, as a spectator. But something just stupid.
Right.
But you know,
Something just stupid.
but listen, we
Right. I agree.
we being from Florida, we used to this. Look at the Marlins, bro. The
Yeah, we
Marlins,
yeah
every excuse me, every championship team that they've won, right? Literally the next
I
season,
was saying.
Heisinger literally would what happened? He would literally
Nah,
break up the
I was
team.
just saying. I ain't used to it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to
not a
that.
Marlins
There
fan.
you go.
No, I don't watch baseball. You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to that. You know, I'm a Heat. You know, we right back. You know what I'm saying? We about to be right back. You know what I'm saying?
This
Orlando,
guy.
you might be used to this.
Listen, man, let me tell you
Hey, you
something.
going blows, low blows.
Orlando was just a makeup of bad front office. They told my man, we could have had. I don't know if this is a tangent, but we could have had Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill, and oh man, and your boy from San Antonio, Tim Duncan on the same team. But your boy said he will not let Tim Duncan bring a significant other on the team playing, and as a result, he re-signed with the San Antonio Spurs. So I think GMs sometimes feel themselves, and
They do.
they shoot themselves in the foot because like when you have these opportunities that present themselves, you just gotta strike, bro. You gotta
You
strike.
gotta strike while the fire's hot, man. While the
Right.
fire's hot. So let's not get bogged down because we got to get into this GOAT talk tonight. We got to get into the GOAT
Yeah.
talk. So Karl Malone, man, Karl Malone. You can see he was dominant. You know what? The year before he wins the MVP, like he's handling business. He's a force to be reckoned with, and they were the favorites, right? And we see them take a L, right? They lose. We all know the shot. We seen MJ snatched back, looked back, and then knocked the jumper down. We see hands still hanging in the air. We all saw it,
Yeah.
right? And one of the things I really could appreciate about Karl Malone is he went on the bus.
Humility, bro. Humility.
And found Jordan and said, "What's up?" Said, "Congratulations."
Can you see the juxtaposition between Karl Malone and Zeke and Isaiah Thomas? Like one team literally walks off the floor, doesn't even shake hands. Your man, I mean, they beat him in the NBA Finals. The party has been done. Like champagne has been poured out in the locker room. Confetti has fallen down. People are on their buses ready to go home. And this guy is so humble that and Jordan is in the back of the bus. He walks past everybody, congratulating everybody just so he can give your man his props. So, I think there's something to be said about humility. Does humility win championships? I don't know, but I think.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and that's why Karl Malone never won the championship in Utah. Listen, man. Listen. And if there's one thing I always hit LeBron on is you can't always be nice though. You can't be the nice guy. You can't. Sometimes in sports, you just gotta you gotta be the mean guy. You gotta be the bad guy. And I think Karl Malone, it was very honorable and humble, but Michael Jordan would have never walked on the bus and told Karl Malone congratulations.
Yeah.
I like what CJ said. It showed a lot of character. And I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. It showed a whole lot of character. And I can respect him for that. I mean, to walk by everybody on the bus, everybody is still celebrating that they're a champion, right? And to walk through all of that, to find this man, and to congratulate him, it said a lot about him. Yeah. But ain't no way Jordan does that, right?
No way at all. Jordan.
No way.
I don't think, and I know LeBron won't do it. I know Kobe.
Kobe wouldn't do it.
Yeah. So I just think.
I guess if you're gonna be a GOAT, that takes you out of a GOAT conversation.
Yeah, let's go. Hey, I told that man that's why he went on championships with Utah, y'all.
That's so messed up. That's so messed up.
If we're talking GOAT talk, we're saying that there has to be I don't want to call it selfishness, but a bit of assertiveness. Is that a good? Would that be a good?
Yeah, I dap you up after the game, or when I see you, I say what's up. How you doing? How your family doing? But I'm not coming on your bus to say congratulations, to dap you up, whatever. I'm just not doing it, bro. I'm not gonna do it.
Are you walking off? Are you walking off?
No, I ain't gonna walk off.
JD said it best. JD says, "No way Kobe shakes hands." I got you.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I
think there has to be that competitive edge inside of you. There just ain't no way.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's interesting though. It's interesting because Jordan could appreciate it. I guess that's the GOAT, like one of the GOATs. I think Kobe would have appreciated you come in and say what's up. But
yeah,
no way.
They appreciate bow down.
You can kiss the ring. Yeah, kiss the ring.
You can bow down to me, but I ain't bowing down to you.
It just reinforces Jordan's smirk reality. Like literally, he's sitting down and says, "Yeah, man, give your wife my love." Like, yo, man, like my man just lost. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I
ain't going on no bus though.
So what's next, B?
Yeah. That's tough. That was that was tough. But let me ask y'all this, because LeBron gets a lot of shade or hate criticism about passing the ball in big moments. Now, we did see the last shot. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was Jordan that took that shot.
Mm-hmm.
But we saw throughout the series and throughout Jordan's career, there were times when he passed the ball. Do you feel like it's unfair that LeBron gets criticized for making the pass? Or do you feel like he does it too much? Or you think what do y'all think?
I think it's volume. And I think it's also the moment, right? The moment. Listen, the Last Dance game, an opportunity to take out Utah. Jordan, I don't care what was happening. Jordan was not passing that ball. You know what I'm saying? Now we've seen him do that, pass the ball in other crucial moments, but I just think that just the gravity of different moments, and then I think volume. I think that LeBron defers way too much. He is the most dominant player in the league, hands down, right? So he can get to the cup. He can get to the cup and get fouled. I'm not saying shoot a 3-pointer, but I'm saying with your quickness and with your strength and with your ability to, to score, to get to the rim with either hands, I think he defers too much, in my opinion.
I
Um,
think I think I think, and I heard somebody say it on TV. I think once before. LeBron's issue is that he always makes the right basketball play. You can make the right basketball play when there's two people guarding you. The play is to pass the ball. But a person like Jordan, except in those few occasions where I guess he knew double team was coming and he knew Steve Kerr's open, he's gonna take the shot. Kobe's gonna take the shot. That may not be that's not the right basketball play when somebody's in your face and one of your teammates is open. It's never the right basketball play to shoot the shot. The play is to pass the ball.
hey,
But they are going to make that shot. And I think LeBron is a facilitator first. And I think at times he forgets how dominant he is and that he can get to any place he wants on the court at any time. And I just think I think that's what put him in a different category from him and Jordan and Kobe. They're two different mindsets.
Theo,
Well,
Theo, you say very unfair. Look at the facts. Expound when you get a chance, Theo. We go.
yeah, I do think it's a little unfair. When you really look at the fact that Jordan passed out of shots too.
Yeah.
He trusted Kerr, he trusted Paxson,
Very good point.
but yet LeBron, he got a lot of criticism for that pass out, and I was right there on top of it too when he passed out to what's your boy that used to play for Utah, Corvick,
Over.
Oh,
Kyle Korver.
Yeah.
He took a lot of. I was there for it too. I brought that same energy.
Yeah.
I was with it, but I think my issue with LeBron, and when I think what separates, what a difference between him and Jordan is that free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jordan missed a free throw. He ain't perfect. He missed a free throw to get the rebound in that Utah game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't afraid to go to the hole, to go to that line. And I do think there are times when LeBron may pass out or may not drive and show his pure dominance down the stretch because he has struggled a little bit. Well, I don't say struggled. He's not as clutch from that free throw line as some of the other greats.
Theo's bringing a good point. Theo's point is saying LeBron has hit more clutch shots in the playoffs, at least last second shots. But what I'm saying, Theo, is not necessarily the fact that they're last second shots. I'm talking about like the weight of them all. I mean, I remember LeBron hit a last second shot in the playoff over Orlando. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't win that series. So I'm saying,
are they tied?
Or yeah. So I'm talking about like Mike. I mean, that shot makes them winners. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of pressure. So yeah, I think that there are quality shots, last second shots, and then there's the volume of it all.
Yeah, and I think, and back to Shay's point, I think he does get criticized for passing the ball in situations, and I think it could be the deeper thing could be because of the free throw situation, and then it makes a difference if every time he passes it, if the people hit the shot, then do we really have this discussion?
No, we don't.
Remember the people
we
that
don't.
people that Jordan
It's a good basketball decision.
Yeah, the people that Jordan passed through, Kerr, Paxson, they knocked down the shot. So you're never going to say, "Oh, that was a bad decision." Nah, they knocked down the shot. So
not all the time, but I hear you, AJ.
Yeah.
I hear you. That sounds good.
So, man, let's transition into this GOAT talk. All right,
heavy.
Let's do it, man, and let's do it in different categories. All right. What is the greatest team of all time? Now, we got to understand, I'm just going to say this for myself. Y'all can do y'all greatest list how y'all feel. I can't speak about the old teams. I ain't watched them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all I can do is talk about what I saw in my era or maybe a little before my era because there was still fresh film on that. So that's I'm gonna lay that down, as a precursor before we dive into it. So, what's the greatest team of all time?
You go first. What you think the greatest team of all time is?
Moderated.
Yeah, that Chicago Bulls team.
Yeah.
What was that? 90?
Which one though? Which one?
He says
what was that? 97.
So the second three-peat team.
Yeah. Jordan was fresher. Pippen ain't had no back spasm, man, and it was a problem alert.
And I think when we say team, they had a great team. They had a great system. They had a great coach.
Yeah.
So I just think that all around that just makes it that makes them the best team ever.
Well,
I can't.
Yeah, the Bulls 96. Someone said 96 Bulls. But Shots was 96. But the 72 and 10 was 97, right? So that would have to be the greatest Bulls team.
72 and 10, right?
Yeah.
That year, that team right there, that team.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that's a great. I don't see any team. I mean, people can try to say the Warriors.
The Warriors had a pretty good run though. You can't like necessarily.
Yeah. If
they're not one, they're 1B or a close second. I mean,
they had a good run, but then they lost in the finals. So they don't.
Who?
The Warriors.
Which Warrior team?
The 72, 73 and 9, whatever, 72 and whatever.
Man, shame on them. All that talent, man.
Exactly, and lost.
Why did they lose? Why did they lose?
It should have been a sweep.
They got beat. So why did they lose?
All right, they lost. You're right.
But I mean, you can't. I don't think you compare that team to the 72 and 10 Bulls. I just think they had everything. They were a great team because they had everything. They had the system. They had the team. They had the coach. I just don't think you can try to compare them with the Golden State Warriors.
The wifey said the present day Knicks. Shout out to all the New York people.
Oh,
Lord. A typical Knicks fan. Typical Knicks fan. New York
Knicks fans live in La La Land somewhere.
Goat fans, New York Knicks.
They are. No. Goat. There it goes. I know so many New York fans, and these guys have been through it and through thick and thin. Every year they bet on the fact that their teams is going to go far, and they never do. So I don't know. You talking about bad ownership, bro? But anyways, I digress.
So, what's your GOAT team? Who's left?
I mean, I think we all agree the GOAT team is 72 and 10. Like, there's no conversation. And then I'm saying that maybe a distant second or close second would be the Golden State Warriors. But AJ brings up a good fact. They didn't win.
Talking about with KD?
Yeah.
No, he talking before. That was before KD.
No, can't be. That I'm like the KD years, they were better.
Yeah, I agree with that. They were better. They
didn't play better basketball,
but they were a better team.
Yeah.
And I don't think you consider them even close if they can't even finish off the season with a chip.
There was some injuries though.
I've been trying to get somebody to say it, and thank you, Shay. I mean, you can't.
Curry wasn't right. Curry
wasn't
right. Chef Curry.
KD. I mean, but injuries is part of.
KD wasn't on that team.
We talking about the last.
That's not why they lost. Harrison Barnes is why they lost. He was a no-show. You're right. You can't get them no.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't compare them. If you're depending on Harrison Barnes, then you can't compare them to the 72 and 10 Bulls.
We're going to buy a basket.
So
they replaced Barnes with Iggy the next year, and it was a wrap.
So Scotty, was Scotty Burrell on the Bulls is not an equivalent to your boy?
But they weren't depending on Scotty Burrell.
But Burrell was a bench player.
They weren't depending on him.
He was the fourth. He was the big four.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see. We see.
Yeah. Theo and Rasheed, everybody who put those older teams. We said that earlier. We can't really talk about those teams because we didn't really watch them. So you know what I'm saying. We can't talk about the '86 Celtics, '87 Lakers. I was 5 and 6 at that time, so I can't really speak up.
Too.
Where the old heads at? Where the old heads at?
Yeah, the
man?
old heads have to speak up on that. But we just talking in our conscious age, years from the time we were able to actually understand what was going on.
Look at
We
what
talk about the teams.
someone talks about being kicked out of the. What she said? He said that. What about the time where Draymond got kicked out the playoff?
Yeah, I mean, but even still, that just shows that they can't be in that conversation.
Yeah,
because Rodman had his antics, but
mental toughness. You're right. You're right.
He had chips with it. It paid off.
You're right. You're right. So let me ask you a question, because I think, and I don't want our conversation to be skewed as a result of The Last Dance, because well, maybe not our conversation, but ESPN did do a poll in terms of just like talking about the greatest of all time, right? And what I found is as much as I dislike LeBron or whatever for personal reasons, but you got to give him
personal reasons. What that man do to you?
Yeah. But as much as I may dislike him, you got to give him his props in certain areas of the game. And to see how Jordan literally sweeps that poll lets me know that I don't know if we can have an objective conversation now that we've seen The Last Dance. I guess we could, but I think it's hard for people to really sit down and be able to make that comparison.
Look, two things on there that I knew. The first thing I saw was that the one that had Jordan winning like 97 to 3%, something like that, was better off the court effect or something like that.
Oh crap!
I was like, come on, dog, you gonna there's no way in the world a person that's logical would say that Jordan has a better off the court effect than LeBron. And then they had that Jordan was a better passer than LeBron.
It's just
statistics just doesn't bear statistically. So I think I would like to see the sample of who they reach out for that survey, but I also think, like you're saying, people are affected. Our minds are affected by what we see in the moment. So if people see it in the moment, they're gonna automatically say, yeah, Jordan was better at this, Jordan better at that. Things like the shoes, yes, Jordan shoes will always be the best shoes ever. I don't care who bring out any type of shoes. That's why we keep buying retro after retro after retro after retro, and they're gonna keep selling retro after retro. So stuff like that, shoes, whatever else is on there, some things that can be borne out by statistics, I'll agree to, but some of that stuff, pure malarkey.
Yeah.
All right. I agree. It's definitely an excuse. It's kind of like who's hot right now.
Yeah.
But the moment LeBron drops a series or a documentary, some of those you'll see those numbers shift.
Exactly.
So let's continue. Let's continue on this GOAT talk. Let's
if he wins a chip, if he can win a chip, that that GOAT talk. I mean, those poll numbers might get changed. So he has ability. The ball's in his court.
Well, a chip don't got nothing to do with passing. Like it's just it's Jordan's hot right now because of this.
Yeah, you're right. But if he wins a chip, he'll be hot. He'll be the man of the day. He'll be the man of du jour. Like he'll be the guy.
He gonna win. He gonna win a chip.
We'll find out.
He gonna win a chip.
Hopefully he does.
He gonna win. GMs. Let's kind of get through. Let's breeze through these.
Jerry Krause. How do you say his name?
Krause.
George.
I say that too, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, but inevitably, I think it's. I mean, you look at other GMs who put together teams. Derek Coriangelo. You look at maybe Jerry West and so on and so forth. But I mean, you're talking about 6 championships.
Yeah.
I mean, good night. My man was taking in Croatia to see, teenagers play basketball. You know what I mean? Like he as crazy as he was, he did his thing, and for that, that aspect of the game,
Hey, I'm gonna roll with what y'all said. I'm not really gonna give him more time than what we've already given him. Right? We're gonna keep
butthole, but
a little shade. Yeah. So let's keep moving now, and I'm gonna skip down for a second. The best duo, the dynamic duo. What's the best dynamic duo ever? You're talking about pure dominance.
Dominance?
I got one, and I wish y'all argue with this joint. I wish y'all would argue with this
joint. Don't say Kobe and Shaq?
All day. All day.
I believe
All day.
because you said dominant. When you said dominant, I said okay, Kobe and Shaq. That's hands down.
Well, oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to say dominant the GOAT. What is the greatest duo of all time?
I still say
If you
Kobe.
could take two players, who are you taking?
I still say Kobe and Shaq. I mean, come on, it's not even out. Who else?
Ted got something on his mind. Ted got something on his mind. Don't pump fake. Don't pump fake.
No, because when you said dominant, I mean with Shaq in his prime and Kobe in his prime, and they playing together in their primes. I mean, who can stop them?
I can't take something serious.
Hey, pause. We got a wifey. Please stop with the comedy. This is a serious show. This is
Ewing and Starks.
You know what I'm saying?
Ewing and Starks. Who is that?
Starks. No, Ewing and Starks.
Oh, John Starks.
That's Sonya.
Hey, that's funny.
Games. She playing
That's
games.
funny. Yeah, but when you said dominant, that's a whole
That's a
different
good point.
That's a whole different level.
Ooh, hey, my classmate, shout out class of 99. Jarvis says Shaq and Penny. I don't think they didn't get to the. They could have been dominant, but they were still.
Yeah, they weren't in their prime yet.
Yeah,
we got Shaq and Shaq cancel each other out, but we know Penny can't. Kobe.
You're right.
Kobe.
You're right.
Now, somebody did put up a nice one. Kareem and Magic.
Ooh.
Kareem and Magic.
I just don't remember watching them play, so I can't.
Yeah, I can't intelligently argue against that.
Yeah.
But looking at numbers and what I heard my old man talk about,
yeah,
I think that could be in there.
I think so too.
But I think, and like I said, once again, I haven't watched him play, but I just always hear about Magic being more of a facilitator. So when I think about him, I don't think of a dominant, person as far as going to the cup, getting, scoring, just balling out like I think about Kobe. So, I mean, like I said, because I never watched him play like for real, I don't know. But I mean, I can see it. And then another question was Kareem as dominant as Shaq?
I don't know if there's been a more dominant player in my lifetime.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know.
Could Kareem hold Shaq?
But Shea just requalified it. He didn't say. He said, "I'm gonna take the dominant out and say GOAT." If you're saying GOAT, then the dominant plays into it, but it's not the overall factor. So if you're talking about Kareem's numbers versus Shaq's numbers, I mean, come on now.
If we're talking numbers, then we gotta go with Wilt.
Oh, there you go.
You gotta go with Wilt.
There you go. There it is. But who? I mean, we talking about duos, right?
No. Hold on. Let me just say this. Kareem, as far as stats, has the best stats in basketball history.
Yeah.
If you talk about he won on all levels, so for somebody to make the argument, supporting Kareem, listen, I'm not arguing against that. But if we picking Kareem or Shaq, like me personally, I'm picking Shaq. But then again, I ain't see all the footage of Kareem. I can't just go by numbers. Well, I ain't see Kareem break no goal.
No backboard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
That's a nasty man. I
want that on my team.
Yeah. So this would be the question then.
If you had
to pick one center of all time in your lifetime, who would you pick?
Why are you asking me that? You already know my answer.
But that's what I'm saying. So that brings it to real life. If you're talking about duos, then Kobe's at the epitome of basketball players. So I think the one that the deciding factor would be who your second person is. Do you pick Shaq in his prime with Kobe in his prime?
Somebody going hard in here for Kareem. Derek Dion said
they are
outlaw dunking because of Kareem. Okay, all right. Hey, once again, if I watched, Kareem's film, perhaps I could put him in that conversation. But
let me. I was trying to get this out. I think why I would go with Kobe and Shaq though is because when you separated two of them, they won a chip. Each individually. I mean, with their own separate teams. And I think that shows that the two of them individually were great. And then we combine them together as a team. I mean, you got to include them in that go-to.
Hold on. Time out, time out. I mean, this is skewed though, MJ. This is skewed. Shaq got the business from Duncan and Olajuwon. It's a young Shaq.
As a teenager? Come on.
A teeny bop. He's a teeny bop. Down the stretch, Duncan ain't want no parts of him.
So
that's why Duncan played powerful.
If you let Shaq tell it, Shaq would tell you he was getting the business from Rick Smith. He was getting business from a lot of people. But when he got when
in his prime,
huh?
So yeah, in his prime, it was a different story. And Theo, we hear you. I hear you, but like I said, we just basing this off of who we watch. I never watched Kareem play, so I can't, based off of who I watch, I can only go by who I saw. I mean, I can appreciate the stats for Kareem. I mean, you have to. Yeah. You have to, but I never watched him, so I don't know.
Well, we got to throw him in there because apparently the folks in the chat are saying Kareem should be in there, right? And so definitely honorable mention. For sure.
So let's do this. Who's the greatest? Y'all want to do a top 5? Y'all want to do your top 5? Y'all want to do
duos?
Greatest of all time? No.
What?
I thought we finished duos. I said the greatest duo for me is Shaq Kobe.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
George, who's your duo?
Huh?
Who's your duo?
I've been said Shaq and Kobe.
I thought he was gonna say Nick Anderson and
Nick Anderson. We didn't need Shaq. He had no second. Hey, he took Michael Jordan's rock. What's up? What we say?
Oh, here we go.
Fresh out of retirement. All right, so the greatest of all time, the GOAT. We're having some GOAT talk here. So you want to do a top 3, top 5, or you want to do one?
I mean, if you're gonna say the greatest of all time, I think we all agree it's MJ. I don't think nobody.
I think there's some people in this timeline that would disagree with MJ.
Well, I'm talking about them. They made it, but I'm talking about as far as us three.
Okay.
We gonna say MJ, and I'm a LeBron fan, and I'm gonna still say MJ.
So let's get your top 5. You got 5 or you got 3?
My top 3, I'll do 3. My top 3, I got Jordan, I got LeBron, I got Kobe.
Why do you have? Why do you have? I'm trying to understand something. Why do you have a LeBron above Kobe?
Because I've seen LeBron do it with different players on different teams, and when he leaves, I've never seen Kobe do it outside of LA. So that's all I know. But I've seen LeBron do it elsewhere. I'm just saying.
So he get a knock because he was loved and stayed with his franchise?
No, he don't get a knock. You just asked me who my top 3 is.
But that's a measurement that you're using. You're using a measurement.
So if a man can go, if a man can go from leading one team and then go to another one and win again, go from one team, he come in as a rookie. You gotta remember, LeBron been doing this since his rookie year. Kobe didn't really start shining until his second and third year in the league. LeBron was a rookie doing this.
And I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like you could do it in one team, and then when that don't work out, you go get another super team. And then if that don't work out, you go get another super team.
Another super team.
If that don't work out, you go get another super team. And you currently are actively trying to get a super duper team.
Not one. Not one. Not 2. Not 3.
Since he was a rookie, the man has been proven his haters and detractors wrong since his rookie year at the age of 18.
Yo, I give him props. Real talk. He's not in my top 3, but he's definitely in my top 5. And for me saying that, that basically I see what he's in 3.
So let's hear your 5.
Definitely, I will go. Again, I'm going just from pure what I believe to be historical facts. I didn't see Kareem play, but I'm not gonna put him in order. But I would have MJ, I would have Kobe, I would have LeBron, and I would have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's 4. Is that 4 or 5? I give you 4.
That's 4.
That's 4.
Yeah, that's it.
That's actually a really good list, George.
Shaq has to get in. My opinion, Shaq has to get in. He doesn't get the respect that he deserves, but Shaq, when he explained barbecue chicken, he told Dwight Howard, you should be getting at least 20 points a game easy. You wanna know how? Like 5 field goals, layups. you're gonna get fouled. Like the way he broke it down, like you can see how methodical he was about getting his points. He didn't have to shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to shoot the short range. It was all in the paint, and he was getting buckets. So I don't know.
And that man said, hey, he told someone one time, he said, if I'd have made all my free throws, I'd average 50 points a game.
Right, and
okay, so Theodore's making some good points. I want to address some of these points that he's making.
Sorry, Mr. Moderator, can we bring Theo on like in 2 or 3 weeks? Like my man is hitting some good points right now.
Yeah, I mean, bring him on right now.
Theo, what it is? You got Skype?
You got the capabilities? You got the capabilities?
Hey, Teddy Riley on it. Hey, Theo, you got Skype?
Hey, let's go. Hey,
Teddy Riley, you gonna shut this thing down, George? So let me ask you this, Ted. You have a rebuttal for that list? Why did he put Kobe ahead of LeBron, or you go his list?
I didn't put order. Remember, I said I'm always gonna.
He didn't put an order.
Yeah, don't do.
Oh, he ain't got no order.
I'm taking the chump way out. I'm not giving you an order. Not tonight.
I think he put Jordan at number one though. I think after that everything is just whatever.
All right, let me give you my list.
Who you got?
Of course, I got MJ number one. You know what I'm saying? So dominant as a kid. I got number 24 because 23 was taken, and I wanted to be the closest thing to MJ. You know what I'm saying? So I got 24. Second on my list, I got the Black Mamba. R.I.P. I mean, there's been many people who tried to come and copy the greatest of all time. They couldn't do it. He was able to take that game, patent it, add some new twists to it. Some would say his offensive skill set was a little beyond Jordan's, you know. And he got hardware. He hung in there when the team was trash. He applied pressure to management to make them make some deals to make where he was at better. And I respect that. I respect that about a man. You know, that put on for the city, that put him on. I got respect for that.
You sound slidey.
Third on my list, LeBron, hands down, LeBron. And I would say this: had he have won the playoffs against a healthy KD, if he found some way to beat that Warrior team, to me, he's the greatest of all time. But I mean, yeah, he has a lot of stats, a lot of accolades, but it's kind of skewed when you jump from city to city, man.
Wow.
You in the off season, you know, you recruiting. It's a little skewed when you do that. It's a little skewed.
I know you didn't interrupt me on my 5, but I mean, he goes from city to city, but yet he's still winning though. Like he's creating instant chemistry. Like some of these teams they need like years for it to happen. Well,
instant
1 or 2 years.
Listen,
I mean, it's super duper star.
Listen, you can tell how great a man is by when he leaves. What's
that's not true. That's not true. That's not a good measure.
It is.
That's not a good measuring stick.
If these teams were so great, then when he left,
it's skewed.
No, it's not skewed because when Jordan left, the Bulls were still right there. I mean, when LeBron leaves, the team go from right here to all the way down here.
Wait.
I would say the exception may be Miami because Bosh got hurt. But every time he left Cleveland, they were here when he was there. When he left, yeah.
You know what? I was with you, Adrian.
That's not
until you mentioned Jordan, because I mean, he left, but you can see that the same team minus one person, right? Minus one person, they weren't really that viable. I mean, they made the playoffs in between when 94. They made the playoffs in 94, 95. They couldn't. Was it 94? They made the playoffs after Jordan left.
They made the playoffs. The year he was gone, they made the playoffs. They were right there at the cusp.
Yeah.
Listen,
I don't know. I don't know.
Man, I mean, I can't even get my 5 out. I can't even get my 5 out.
I thought you were just doing 3.
No, I'm pushing.
Okay, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
But let me get on this LeBron kids, because listen, I like LeBron. All right? I like LeBron. He all right with me. You know what I'm saying? He brought us chips in Miami.
Thank you.
All right? And he's one of the greatest. And he may end up being the greatest of all time. But I still think there's more basketball for him to play to take that crown. I don't think he has much more to do to take Kobe's seat. But to take MJ's, he got to at least get that 6. He got to get that 6. He got to. Now, or slay a giant. You know what I'm saying? One of the two. Now, my fourth person is gonna be Shaq Diesel, and then I'm gonna round out my number. Respect to the old heads. I'm gonna go Kareem. I'm gonna give him that.
We have the same files, you and I. We have the same files.
I said I can't argue with your list. It was a good list. I can't argue with that.
What I want to say to you, Shay, you were saying something. I don't know, man. You say he has to slay a giant. How?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So what? Who? His team is a giant team. Like, what other teams in the NBA?
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about a super giant. Like his team, he had a good team in Cleveland, but that team was not better than the Warriors. He was outgunned on that team, especially a healthy Warriors. So that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? If he knocks the Warriors out, that's the type of slaying of a giant I'm talking about. He's a giant of his own. On his own, he's a giant. Make no mistake about it.
Is now in this season, if they're resuming or not, in terms of quality.
There's not one out. There's not a giant right now.
I think if anything, his team is the giant. Is what I'm saying. Is what I'm trying to say. To a certain.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got the Clippers favorite.
Man, that's politics.
No. They got a good team over there.
They got the Clippers. Clippers got a defensive team. They got two young superstars. I mean, one that only plays 40 games a year, but they got another one that's is active and plays.
Duncan.
They got another one that plays. So I think they got the Clippers. They got the Clippers as favorites.
I'm sorry, y'all, but Lavina, she keeps trying to push this Duncan conversation, man.
I put it on there. Listen, Lavina's real top. Duncan was but he's not top 5. Like he may be top 10, maybe, but Duncan is not top 5. Like top 5.
Listen, this is my beef. This is my beef with Duncan. He's a center, playing power forward.
Yeah.
Every power forward he plays is barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he cooking. Yeah, he eating. You know what I'm saying? But he's a center.
Yeah. Well, that's small ball. Yeah, I hear you.
Listen, man.
All right, so that's so we got
LeBron over Kobe. That's all I gotta say.
We can't have this conversation. Say that. Hey, but if you gonna talk crazy, AJ, you said that I believe in, and I want to agree with you that whenever a great player leaves a team, usually the team doesn't do well. So after Nick Anderson left,
did this guy say Nick Anderson?
No,
listen.
I'm just trying to say that.
Listen, hold on.
I don't agree with your premise. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't agree.
Listen, hold on. Derek, cut that out. Kawhi plays 40 games a year. He's in no conversation for no type of goal. Nothing. He don't play enough games. He ain't got enough heart to be in there at least 70 games a year. He ain't no GOAT. Kawhi is nothing, bro.
No, he ain't no GOAT. It's 2. He ain't achieved nothing. He got 1 chip.
Yeah, 1 chip
on a wounded warrior against a wounded warrior.
Yeah.
Theo's saying that Duncan had a better career than Kobe. Ooh, that's rough. In terms of what? In terms of, I don't know, longevity, chips.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, Theo, explain that, man.
He got another question I wanted to tackle too while he's working on that. LeBron went to 9 finals and was the underdog in 7 of them. When was Kobe and Shaq, MJ, Magic, Kareem ever the underdog?
LeBron was the underdog when he was with.
He's saying 7. He's saying 7 out of the 9 he's been to. He was underdog, and he was underdog in 7 of them. He's asking when was any of the other top 5 that we talked about? When were they ever underdogs? He said he gonna back it up.
When was
I'm sorry.
When was LeBron an underdog while he was in Miami?
I think maybe the first year just because it was a new team.
To the Dallas underdog? Nobody thought Dallas was gonna win that.
Nah, I think every year in Cleveland though.
every year after he got. I mean,
before and after. Because remember, he was playing against the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Whatever came out of the Western Conference were beasts. So I think every year in Cleveland he was an underdog. I don't
The
think
Spurs.
in Miami
He got swept by the Spurs. Right?
his second year, yeah.
Okay, but
So,
yeah.
So I think his years in Cleveland, you can see it as an underdog, but I don't know
He
about
wasn't
Miami.
an underdog not 1 year in Miami. Come on, Theo. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. No. Matter of fact, if Chris Bosh doesn't tip that ball out to Ray Allen,
it's a wrap.
and Ray Allen hit that step back three, he leaves Miami with only 1 chip.
Brother, listen, we can't dwell on what ifs, brother. We can't dwell on what ifs.
I know you.
That's real. That's real. That's a good argument. I can argue with that. I got to put it out there.
What if the rest would have said Jordan pushed off on Byron Russell, dog? It might have been a different story.
He didn't.
Momentum.
You saw the you saw the documentary, AJ. You saw with your own eyes. Your eyes open.
No, hey, somebody got to play the devil's advocate. That's my role. That's why I'm Ted. I'm here to cause trouble.
Yep. In Cleveland, yes. In Cleveland, he was an underdog. Yes. I don't know in Miami a single time he was an underdog.
Well, now, that year that we played the Spurs, I think both years we might have been. Well, at least the first year I think we might have been the underdog.
Underdog?
The first year, yeah, the Spurs. Well, what you call it?
We didn't even play the Spurs the first year.
AJ.
No, I'm talking about. Remember, we played the Spurs 2 years in a row. We won 1 year, then we lost the second year.
I think
we never were no underdog.
I think he's making a very good valid point. You got Dwayne Wade, you got Chris Bosh, and you got LeBron James, right? Those three alone. Never mind the rest of the team. Like how those three dominant players on the same team, and we're talking about their underdogs. You
can still be an underdog if you have a team that's been together for a while, that has a great coach that's winning. The Spurs were not a slouch of a team. They weren't. Miami had the names, but the Spurs had the system.
On day one, these dudes were making championship runs, like in first year one.
Yeah, you can make promises, but it don't mean your team is the better team. It doesn't matter how many promises you make.
I guess. Yeah.
But all right, what else we got?
So
I'm looking at this TikTok.
TikTok. What? Oh, the time. Yeah. It's time to wrap up. So let's wrap up like we usually do. But first, man, let me just say some thank yous. Man, you all were in the chat today. Y'all kept this thing jumping. All that stuff for that Duncan talk. I ain't with that Duncan talk, y'all. Y'all can't do that Duncan talk, man. He was a center, man. Playing foul for it.
Or the Knicks talk.
The Knicks talk.
Ewing and John Starks. Get out of here.
But y'all did y'all thing today. We appreciate you all for tuning in. Every week we like to highlight a shoe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're all prepared to do so.
Was it? So
listen. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I highlight, dog.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Every week you try to highlight a shoe.
So you gonna pull out your review shoes? All right, go on. You go last. You definitely go.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he need to go first.
No, he need to go last.
Ooh.
All right, hold on.
I'm ready. Y'all ready?
We're doing one shoe?
Yeah, one shoe.
All right.
One shoe.
I'll be back. Y'all.
I'll go ahead and get started while you looking, man. You know, the shoe I want to highlight is not this. Let me put my camera. It's not.
No, we said one shoe.
It's not the infrared 6. That's not my greatest, right? That's not the hot shoe I'm highlighting. It's not the DNP 6. It's not the DNP 6 either. It's not the DNP 6. The shoe I want to draw your attention to tonight.
Oh God! Here we go.
Is the Travis Scott 6?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, woo, woo,
Here
woo.
we go.
Oh, woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? A little heat. If you want to see the review on this shoe, you know what I'm saying, just go ahead over to our YouTube page. You know, go ahead, Kickin'it 316 on our YouTube page. Check that out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my Hold on. I'm not done yet, man. I'm not done yet. The people want to see the shoe, man. Hold on. You know what I'm
See,
saying? People want to see the shoe. You know what I'm saying?
exactly how
You know what I'm
LeBron
saying? You
thought
see
they
that
go
glow in the
like.
dark? You see that glow
Now,
in
we
the dark action?
can't see the
You know
glow in
what I'm
the
saying?
dark, Shay.
You see the glow in the dark? You see the
We
glow
can't
in the
see
dark?
it.
We
We
can't
can't
see the
see
glow in the dark. We can't even see.
Oh, you can't?
We can't even see you.
it.
No,
What about now? You see that?
no, we can't see.
All right, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, and go ahead and leave the light off.
All right, I'm gonna highlight my Jordan 1 Low City Reds. It can't touch this Travis Scott, but this is to me a dope summer shoe. Everybody's been going crazy over the red colorway, red and white colorway, Chicago blocking with the Last Dance. So I just had to pull these out. Move them out that way. Pull these out. Let y'all see. Very comfortable shoe. Some people not a fan of one lows, but they're comfortable to me. Great summertime shoe. So that's what I'm highlighting this week.
I'm just going to the Royal Blues. Hey, come on, man. Going to the Royal Blues. I just caught. I I think these are awesome. In case you haven't noticed, anything that has magic colors, I'm going to get in terms of colorway. But these, like AJ said, the ones for me are very comfortable. They're light shoes, and they go hard, man. I think these with some nice gray sweats or some shorts in the summertime will definitely be a must have. All right.
So before we end, we always end the show with a brief word of prayer. I want to emphasize brief today, a brief word of prayer. You know what I'm saying? And we do want you all to know that we're going to continue the show. We're going to transition from talking about this documentary to just different life issues, social justice, COVID-19, some
Mental health
doctrine,
awareness.
mental health, religion. We're going to open this thing up and just kick it, man. We want y'all to know that this is a space where you can just come as you are. You don't got to bite your tongue too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's just it's a space where we can discuss. And if y'all got some subjects that y'all want us to tackle and discuss, we could do that, man. We cover a variety of areas, and we don't claim to know everything. So we'll be having some guests on also to cover some of these topics.
Yeah, and just if I can add to that, y'all can hit up the DM Kickin316 on Instagram. I believe it's Kickin'it316 on Facebook too. As I mentioned, we do have a YouTube page. We are asking you to please go like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. So you notify when new content is added. For those who came in late, this show will be on our YouTube page. Every show we're gonna put on YouTube page, we're putting more content on there every day. So please go like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, any topics you want us to address, go to Kickin'it316 on Instagram, on Facebook. Send it to us. Let us know. We'll do our best to attack it from a knowledgeable standpoint. Like Shay said, if we don't know, we definitely gonna have people coming on the show that know, definitely more than us. So,
and
man,
close out one little thing. We didn't get to see the glory of the Travis Sixes, but if you go to the YouTube, there's an awesome review there.
please.
You don't want to miss it. You listen. He wasn't lying. Those shoes actually glow in the dark. So check it out when you get a chance.
Check it out, man. I mean, if you wanna see a dope shoe, go to our YouTube page.
oh boy,
Pray. Who gonna pray?
You know what I'm saying?
Who gonna pray that?
I'm hitting right now.
The brief prayer.
So let's lift the Lord up in prayer. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back here. A shout out to a couple people. Corbin, every single night Corbin has been on rocking with us, man. We're grateful for you. There was somebody else, one of your people, George.
Theo's on a lot.
Yeah.
Theo's on every week.
Lavina, Faithful. She was texting me some nights on some troubleshooting, you know what I'm saying, on the low. I appreciate you not going in the DM, on the comment thread. So we're grateful for you all.
We don't need your coaching.
Oh, here we go. Internal. Let's pray. God in heaven, we're grateful that you've just given us minds to be able to have a good time. And so now I'm asking that your presence will be with everybody who is on the show today. that you will bless them, that you will strengthen them, any anxiety that they have surrounding employment, surrounding COVID-19. We just ask that you would just put those anxieties to rest. Your spirit reign supreme in their lives. Bless us, keep us, because we cannot keep ourselves. This is our prayer. In Christ's sake we pray. Amen. God bless you all. Thank you. We just kicking it, y'all.
That's it. Peace.